Hello guys and welcome back, and today we are reading another creepypasta, and this time it's Family Guy, which, I don't even know how you can make a lost episode on Family Guy, considering the fact that the show already goes through dark themes. Well, maybe this will be so bad that it's just not in the show. But anyways, let's go. On the night of December 15th, 2006, an unlisted lost episode of Family Guy aired on Fox. It was originally produced in 2004 as a Halloween special for season 5, but it was cancelled and shelved because Fox thought it was too disturbing and frightening. Well, it must be pretty bad then. They were right. No one knew this episode existed until it aired. Oh yeah, no shit. The reason for why it randomly aired unannounced is unknown. It was rumoured to have been a complete accident. The episode was entirely in black and white, had terrible quality, extremely bad audio, and the animation was done horribly. When it came on, the theme song for Family Guy didn't appear. Instead, just a black screen and awkward silence. Then, after 30 seconds, a random beating noise started. And soon a message appeared that said September 8th, 2006, Family Guy, Episode X, The Black Dawn. I have heard a little bit about this thing, but I wasn't really too interested, so this isn't completely new, but I don't really know what happens in it. I've just seen it on YouTube, on my recommended. The first shot shows the Griffin's kitchen. Lois had finished making breakfast and she told Peter to call the kids. Chris and Stewie came downstairs, but not Meg. In here, everyone seems either very depressed or angry. While Brian oddly sits in the corner of the living room and doesn't talk. When Peter goes upstairs to get not Med, so I don't know why I said that. He sees her naked, cutting herself and drinking her own blood. He calls her name and she starts running towards him and slits his Well, I guess that's in Family Guy style. Soon Peter dies and Meg shoves him in her closet. The family hears Peter fall on the floor and rush to see what happened. They see Meg covered in bloody razor blade cuts. Lois asked what happened to her, and then Peter falls out of the closet because Meg didn't do a good job putting him in there. The family is in shock, and Lois starts heavily sobbing. Meg then grabs an axe hidden under her bed and chops Lois's head off. She takes a bite out of her head. Why? No context at all. Stewie and Chris run downstairs to escape. They try to warn Brian, who's still sitting in the corner of the living room. He just ignores them. When they call him again, his head turns all the way round, and he has a very creepy smile on his face. He looks possessed. He then tries to attack them. He chases them into the kitchen, where Stewie grabs a knife and stabs him in the heart. This is very graphic. The most graphic creepypasta I've ever read. Chris appears to be very upset about what Stewie did, but he tells him that he had no choice and quickly forgives him. Meg comes downstairs and chases them outside. They go and hide in the Swanson's house. They tell Joe about the situation. He then tries to deal with her, but she chops him with her axe, and does the same to Bonnie. Chris and Stewie escape to their basement. A few days later, they come out and see that nearly everything has been destroyed. They find an newspaper and learn that a virus broke out and the zombie apocalypse came. They stand in the middle of the road where there's nothing but dead silence. They then see Meg and several other zombies, including Peter and Brian, and the neighbours charging towards them. They also find a chainsaw lying on their front lawn. Stewie grabs it and starts killing zombies with it. Meg is the only one who's left still alive. But Stewie sees that Chris was killed by the zombies, with his face eaten off. Stewie then gets distracted and then gets killed by Meg. At this point the quality gets even worse. Meg then takes her axe and accidentally chops her own head off. Then the scene pans and cuts to static as the episode ends. Really? Is that it? I mean, they could have given us some context, like why this happened. Like, at least like with a real Family Guy episode, they would have given us some lore. This, no lore at all. Now, do I think this was too disturbing to be on Family Guy? No, not really. Family Guy does have brutal scenes, like that one episode where it was like Chris and Meg goes around killing everyone in the school. I mean, that had blood and gore in it, and there's probably many more out there. So, and for some reason Meg's just randomly a zombie. For no reason, no context, she just wakes up as a zombie. This definitely isn't the worst creepypasta I've ever read. It's quite interesting, don't get me wrong. But it's just like, well, why is Brian possessed as well? You know, they could have at least explained or shown in the episode why that happened, but no. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, you are more than welcome to like and subscribe, but of course, you don't have to. I'm Churlo. Peace.